Wengine nyuma, wengine mbele. Sasa nyuma utasimama wapi hapo? Hapo nyuma kabisa ni sawa. Kidogo na thank you sir.
Thank you so much. It's important for us to spend time with the team that has been responsible for the search and rescue of the survivors of this horrendous crime which has been committed against the people of Kenya. We have had a lengthy meeting and interaction with our team, and we are determined to ensure that we enhance our search and rescue operation and take it to the new level. And what I can say is that the phase which we are going into now for the search and rescue is going to be a little bit more detailed, in the sense that we are going to make sure that we comb every inch of the land that is available here. And for that to happen, we have to increase our personnel and the capabilities we have here. So in that regard, we are going to open several security roads within the ranch, effective immediately. And these are roads that will assist us to mark the entire property into smaller compartments to allow ground and air search that is thorough and definitive. As I said in the morning, it is the determination of the government to ensure that we don't leave anybody within this ranch. And also in that regard, the information we have is that there are still some survivors. Therefore, for us to be able to make sure that we don't have any more people here, we're going to change tact and move compartment by compartment. And that will only be possible by opening up many security roads, which have already been identified. I have come here, the Director of Survey of the Republic of Kenya, who will come here from now to make sure that those roads are surveyed, the coordinates are provided, and we have access to most of this ranch in a manner which enables us to do a coordinated, systematic, and thorough search and rescue. Secondly, we are going to increase our aerial capability. And because of the nature of the vegetation here and tree cover, the most critical aerial equipment is the unarmed vehicles or drones, and therefore we are increasing that aerial capability. We may need a bit of aircraft, but we are investing every day on drones so that we can be able to locate any human activity and any human movement. We are also going forward, going to ensure that we make the search and rescue a 24-hour operation so that we can do night and day searches. And for that reason, we are going to deploy night vision equipment and other equipment that are important to assist us do night surveillance. Thirdly, the information we have is that the number of victims have been rescued while attempting to move outside the ranch. Therefore, we are going to extend the search and rescue to the fringes of Savo East National Park and also towards the ADC farms in the direction, the general direction of Kulalo. The aim of this expansion is to make sure that we are able to intercept any of the victims who might still be suicidal to try and leave this ranch to go and die elsewhere. Other than that, as I said in the morning, we have extended all the orders, including the curfew orders, and all the orders related to the operations of Section 8 of the Public Order Act that gazettes this area as a disturbed area. And secondly, this area is an active police security operation area and is subject to Section 106 of the National Police Service Act Cap 111, Cap 11A, sorry, of the laws of Kenya. So all the orders which we gazetted on 26th of April are extended without exception. And finally, is to say that we are going to enhance all the resources, or rather we are going to use all the resources we can, despite the fact that in the last few days, we have had less numbers of the people we are rescuing. It doesn't matter how much we spend to rescue one person. No amount of effort, no amount of resources is big enough if it is being used to rescue even a single person. And to that end, the other things that I cannot speak about, but we expect that we will not leave anyone behind here. As I've said, we have other graves which are not opened, and the exhumation on those ones will continue after the phase 2 of the post-mortem examinations in Malindi. So we are going to have phase 3 exhumations, even as we continue with search and rescue. In terms of technology, other than drones and other detector equipment, we are also going to apply satellite technology to assist us to have a seamless communication between any ground search and any active air search. Because as I said, I will not rule out the use of aircrafts. It will continue, but sparingly. But where that happens, and given the poor network communication in this area, we are going to use satellite technology to make sure there's seamless communication between ground and the air teams. And in that regard, our prayer as government, and I believe is the prayer of every Kenyan, is that we are able to save a few more lives. We are getting very good support and cooperation from the local community. I must thank the governor, the political leaders, and the local community here. And I must commend also all the officers, the multi-agency officers who are engaged with the search and rescue, including volunteers, humanitarian organizations, human rights group, members of the press, and every other person that has participated in making the search and rescue a success. We will not interrupt the search and rescue, even for a moment, until when we are satisfied that we have exhausted the search and rescue. If anything, we want to upscale it we want to make it even more systematic and more conclusive. Besides that, is to wish you well and to promise to again visit in the near future when time allows. Thank you very much. If there is one or two questions, I can take them. Even the exercise of looking for graves, we believe is not complete, because some of those graves are not conspicuous. They had been tampered with, some of them. Others had been concealed by growing vegetation on top of them. So it really doesn't matter how many more we have seen. All what we know is that we have more graves. That is the briefing I have. We have about close to 10 mass graves. We don't know the contents, but we believe there could be more, and we are not leaving anything to chance. And I want to encourage you at this time as fellow Kenyans, it's not so much about the number. It is about what has happened to us, and also the assurance that we have given as government that the number, whatever that number is, we will disclose it openly, even if it's 1 million, because that is the truth. So we have seen some mass graves, 7, 8 mass graves. We don't know the contents. We suspect there could be more, because the information we have is giving us evidence similar to the kind of evidence that have led to the discovery of the graves we have opened. One last question. The curfew orders and all the other gazetted orders have been extended for 30 days. As I said in the morning, this is a very complex matter involving mass killings of men, women, and children. And given the complexity of the matter and the gravity of the crimes, the complexity of the issues demand that we are going to take a long time to be able to piece together the evidence and be able to prepare for the prosecution of the people most responsible for these crimes. For that reason, we have extended the curfew orders for 30 days. I am almost certain we'll have to extend them further, and I don't know for how long. We will keep on extending them as long as it is necessary, so that we don't remove those orders when the investigations are complete and when the entire scene of crime is yet to be combed thoroughly and conclusively. In terms of the orders, therefore, we're doing it 30 days at a time. What was the second question? Yeah, we have made a request to the Communications Authority and other agencies to ensure that the radical doctrine of this criminal called Mackenzie and his allies is tracked online and in the cyberspace with a view to have it pulled down. And I think we will be working, we'll be asking the DCI to work together with the CA and other agencies to ensure that much of this is removed from the cyber space. But maybe there's an opportunity also to say that we are also looking beyond Mr. Mackenzie, and we have information that there are others who may not be associated with this incident, but who are doing things or teachings that are, who are propagating teachings that could be prejudicial to the public interest, and we are in active investigations of those matters. And when we conclude the investigations, we will arrest all suspects. And this will continue with or without your possession, because I have heard a school of thought suggesting that government should not harass or interfere with the freedom of worship. I don't want to repeat what I've said before. Freedom of worship does not include the freedom to kill. In any religion. And so this is a turning point for our country. We have given notice to all those preachers propagating suicidal and other dangerous doctrines that we will deal with them, we'll arrest them, we'll take them to court, and we'll defend our action, because what they are doing has nothing to do with the right to the freedom of worship.